Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's go ahead and take another look at the JASMY price chart here, because I think personally that the stage is now set for JASMY to do what it usually does, right? I'm talking about magic right now. So we've been taking a look at the JASMY price chart, and we've taken a look at the 50 daily moving average, the AMA ribbons and stuff like that. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to be talking much about those in today's video. I'm going to show you the latest information that we have from charts across the whole market here, and show you where potentially JASMY is going to be headed immediate short term, and also what I would consider long term. But let's start right here. Before we start, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm in understanding that yes, this video is short because I want to go straight to the point, but still it carries much more significant information. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I do TA on JASMY and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. Let's get right into that. On a daily time frame here, we have got things which are obvious, but I want to start maybe with the shorter time frame here. This is the 1 hourly time frame, and we are seeing that JASMY, like a lot of altcoins, has developed this symmetrical triangle. Now this is usually a continuation pattern, meaning that a break towards the upside is something that is much more likely. I think this can take JASMY to right around 2 cents. Obviously 2 cents is nothing to celebrate, but I think this is just, one more step towards a positive direction here for JASMY. However, with weekend, illiquidity and stuff like that, maybe we can also see this thing fake out towards the downside. But I would honestly bet that I'm thinking the price really pushes towards the upside. Now, people who are in my trading group already know that we have held a JASMY trade for I think 3 weeks at this point, and that one hasn't disappointed. Actually, it's up 330%, and it's looking safe. So we have got higher price targets, and I hope that the best is yet to come. And let me show you what are the things that I'm looking for here when I say the best is yet to come. So let's go back a little bit here on the daily time frame and realize that, look, we had been towards a resistance / support, right? That has not been very clear, but at this point I don't think that we have much more doubt that JASMY is slowly but surely drifting away from this resistance / support, right? So that's a good thing, because what's happening here for JASMY is that I think it's very much convincing that this is a higher low here, and then we're also seeing another higher low right there. Then obviously you're seeing higher highs as well. Even today, the price action that we're seeing is somewhat of a higher high as well. So that's great. This is exactly what you want to see for something that is bullish. Now, this is not enough. Obviously, we've also been taking a look at the RSI and realizing that, okay, look, JASMY has pumped, yes, 120% from the bottom, but the RSI here has not, it's nowhere near overbought territory. So as long as it's not in overbought territory, it means that JASMY has got more room to push towards the upside, and that's great, because looking back, this is the kind of thing that you've seen reversing the price. Right? Look at this moment here. Corresponding to the price section there. You also look at this moment, also look at this moment, and this moment as well. But we are not yet there here for JASMY. So that is actually great. Now let me take you to the most bullish chart here. And this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. And look at how this thing is actually broken structure. We have been talking about this for quite some time. We have waited for a moment like this. It hadn't happened, but it's happening. And just as it happened back towards in November, you remember this moment here when JASMY pumped, I think 50% in one day. It was a Friday. Remember that? I was actually traveling, and then I looked at my phone and it was buzzing with a lot of notifications. I think we are looking at a moment like that here. Now, my fear for this thing is that it's going to take such a very short space of time that a lot of us are not going to be taking profits here, and new people are going to be coming into the market and expecting that, you know what, the show is going to continue, but it won't probably last very much. I'm not saying that we're not going to go higher, but I think that the period in which this thing is going to be happening is going to be very short. That's my humble opinion, because structures like this here for Bitcoin, the dominance, I should be saying, they crash very much quickly. Now, why are we spending time explaining the Bitcoin dominance here? Obviously, it means that money is flowing out of Bitcoin, and it's favoring much more altcoins, Ethereum and stuff like that. For JASMY happens to be an ERC20 token. Its liquidity pools are in Ethereum. So if Ethereum is going up, automatically JASMY also has to go up, and vice versa is true. So right now, everybody's talking about Ethereum. Indirectly, that also is a positive price action here for JASMY, not even considering the buys that come from JASMY, but that's a story for another day altogether. Now, what I wanted to show you here is that the Bitcoin dominance is very much, negatively correlated with the JASMY price set. So get back to where we were pumping very much strongly. This is in November. As you can see, JASMY, the blue chart right there, is pushing very much strongly, going almost parabolic here. But you see, the Bitcoin dominance starts dropping. Like even the smaller drops in Bitcoin dominance here leads to a massive, JASMY price rise by the, as you can see. I mean, I can go back in the past and you can see the negative correlation there. Now, the point I'm actually driving home is that the Bitcoin dominance is falling very much significantly. It's broken structure. What do you expect here? You expect JASMY to start pushing towards the upside. And I don't know at this point if I'm going to be wrong, but the data is actually saying what it's saying. So I have to believe it 100%. So at this point, we can go back to the JASMY price and start looking for, what kind of price targets are we anticipating from this whole thing, right? Because the conditions are all there. I could have actually seriously gone and talked about the 50 daily moving average as well. Let me just do that. Maybe somebody's watching the channel for the very first time. But, let's start with the EMA weapon. This also, just like the 50 daily moving average, happens to support JASMY. As you can see here, JASMY breaks above it and then it pumps. JASMY breaks above it and then it pumps. I mean, the story goes as far back as 2023. You see the same thing right there. And then, of course, you're seeing also the same thing right here. So that's enough for the EMA weapon. I know that, regulars on the channel are like, okay, we're going to be going again on the story. So the 50 daily moving average, pretty much the same thing here. Above the 50 daily moving average, JASMY does exceptionally well. Below the 50 daily moving average, it does lackluster. So again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that I was entering a long position over the last 3 weeks. The reason for that was very simple. The 50 daily moving average, once we crossed this whole thing, we back tested it. I was talking to Patreon members, telling them, look, I'm dollar cost averaging into a JASMY long position, and today we are up 330%. I think it's a fantastic feat, and we're not even yet done, right? Let me talk about long-term price targets here for JASMY, but before I do that, let me just actually show you what our partners over there at L Bank, the exchange, are doing. They have something like a 50% airdrop of what you deposit into your futures account. As an example, if you deposit, let's say $1,000 in your futures account, you get $450 in terms of trading bonuses. You trade that, you even make much more money on that as well. I mean, it's a gift that keeps giving, and obviously the more you trade, the more volume you get, you also get much more rewards. So that's looking good. You can go ahead and take a look at the rules and explanations right there, and the link is going to be somewhere there in the description. Other than that, coming back to JASMY, we're going to make use of our Fibonacci extension tools right there from the very top until the very bottom. You can see that now what we're doing with the price, we're approaching the first one at 2 cents. Remember that price target I was mentioning at the beginning of the video from that symmetrical triangles, it pretty much coincides with that. So that's good. I mean, the question there obviously is, do we get somewhat of a rejection and push a little bit down here? Honestly, does it matter? I don't think it matters because the macro is looking great. So we can't be paying attention to a minus 20% drop that happens with JASMY in the coming few days when we're looking for, a 300%, a 400%, 600%, whatever the case may be. So that's not really of major concern for me, but I'm now looking to see what really happens when we get to higher Fibonacci retracement levels like 3.2 cents, 3.3 cents, then about 4 cents around this level, because this can actually be very much detrimental as to what happens for JASMY. If those levels are cleared, we're going to be looking at a new high compared to the 6 cents that we set back in November, and we're looking at first 9 cents and a maximum of right around 23 cents. This is for now. Obviously, I know I have got higher price targets here for JASMY right around 32 cents. But if something like 22 cents is to come here for JASMY, I don't know, probably I'll take profits and not wait for the rest of it. We have to analyze the market when we come to there. But for now, we are looking at this whole range, like starting from November up until this point. We've got the Bitcoin dominance dropping pretty much quickly. We have got all the conditions that we have needed for in the past for JASMY to go ahead and do something that is exceptional. And yeah, I can't wait for this to happen over the next few weeks. I'm going to be updating you every single time that I get an opportunity and stuff like that. Before I go, let me invite you to my trading group where I'm sharing my trades and a whole bunch of different things we are winning over the last few weeks. I mean, we have done some trades which are up 400%, 300%, the list goes on and on. This is the current JASMY trade that we are holding up 223%. Then, of course, we have got more like the Telcoin price up 246%. I think we have got, things like XRP 230%. The list goes on and on, to be honest with you. The link to the trading group is also in the description. You join via Patreon. By the way, on Patreon, it says it's $100 per month. That actually is not the case. It's $100 per year. So there was some kind of a problem with Patreon that we couldn't charge it like annually. We don't want to be charging $100 per month. I mean, that's crazy for a lot of people. But whatever the case may be, I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family. I will see you on the next one. Take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.